What time is it?
It's time for In Bed with Jed.
Welcome back to In Bed with Jed. I'm Jed Ryan, and welcome to my bed. And today we have a very special guest joining us from his bed, and he is one of my best friends. He's also one of the most talented guys in New York City. He's a photographer, an artist, a working actor, and just all around full-time socialite, as much as we can be in this day and age. So please welcome Rob Ordonez, aka Robby O, and thank you for joining us, Rob. And I am so excited.
Thank you for having me. I'm missing you. I'm missing you in person and holding you.
Yes,
You're such
exactly,
a great,
exactly.
sweet, warm guy, and one of our heroes
Yeah,
during this quarantine.
you're gonna make me blush. You're gonna make me blush now, you know. And we all know big, strong, masculine, leather daddy tops like me. We don't blush, you know. Well, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Of course we do. Of course we do. So, Rob, when did we actually first meet? Wow, that was seeming like
10
forever
years
ago, right?
ago? It was 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
10 years
Time
ago.
flies. Time flies. I used to have my blue mohawk when I met you first.
Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. And your mohawk was kind of it was colored like I like to call the term azure blue. Is
Yes. Yes.
Wow. So now I know that you love going to museums, you love going to parties, you love spending time outdoors and just going to like anything that sounds like fun in New York City. What has it been like now that we've been on lockdown? How have you been coping with dealing with just, having to stay home so
Oh my
much?
God. Well, thank goodness for my husband because he's been keeping me sane, you know? But we've been working out at home a little bit. We go to the park. We live a few blocks from Central Park. But yeah, I mean, I've been going back to my creativity phase during quarantine. I've been doing more videos and taking more photos. I mean, I was doing more acting the last 2 years, but during the quarantine, I went back to my first love, to photography and making videos because I have too much free time. So it's been a little cuckoo, and I've been obsessed with Netflix, like watching too much TV, too much TV.
Yeah. I think we're all watching a lot of TV, which can be good. It can also be, too much of a good thing. Sometimes is just simply too much. But what are your new favorite shows that you watch? Because I know one of them I saw.
One of my favorites was Ozark. We love Ozark, and right now I'm watching Money Heist. It's amazing. So those two shows are a most. Ozark and Money Heist. They're so
Wow.
good.
Yeah.
Well, and a sexy one that I watched was Toy Boy. It was very sexy.
Toy
All
Boy?
these sexy. Yes, you have to watch that. It's all these cute strippers from Spain. Male strippers. Oh, it's a great show. It's a great show.
I'll drink to that.
Yes, me too. We need some eye
Yes.
candy during this quarantine.
Mm.
We need eye candy.
Yeah. Well, one of my new favorite shows, and I think you were an extra in it, Hightown, right?
Oh yeah, you've been watching it?
Oh, I've been addicted to it. Yeah, it's kind of become like our new favorite show. And yeah, while Batwoman is between seasons, and while Law and Order SVU is in between seasons. Yes, cheers. We do have Stargirl though. That's one of my new favorite shows too. So yes.
Yes.
And speaking of
I
videos,
love that about, for example, Batwoman. I love that they're showing more gay and lesbian couples on TV. That I love.
Yes. Well,
yes,
Hightown.
On regular TV.
Yeah, same thing with Hightown. I mean, it takes place in P-Town, And I think we're all seeing a side of P-Town that we didn't know existed. Whoa!
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know
Yeah.
which show was really good too? Hollywood.
Yes.
Hollywood on Netflix, really good.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we binged watched that as well. I love the costumes.
Yeah.
And I love Ryan Murphy to death. I know he took a lot of historical liberties with the show and everything, but
Oh yeah.
yeah. Wow. So speaking of
Oh, you
videos, we are
start
going to
watching The
start.
Politician. The Politician is very cool too. The Politician
The Politician.
is
Yes.
very good.
Yeah, I have to put that on my list because,
Yes.
like you mentioned Ozark, and a lot of other people are giving some great recommendations and all that.
Oh
So
yeah.
I have
So you
to.
see, I've been watching too much TV.
Yeah, but also we're also eagerly awaiting the next season of Pose too.
Oh
Can't
yeah.
go
I
wrong with
know.
that. Fashion, because as a photographer, you always focused on fashion, and when you go out, you go to a lot of those kinds of events, which is a great thing. So
Yeah.
can never have too much style. While we're on that subject, we're gonna kick off with a video, and this one is from 2014. Whoa, seemed like a million years ago.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
know.
This one is called Wearing My Foxy Face, and Foxy is with 2 X's, everybody. So,
Definitely.
yeah, so enjoy. We're gonna
This
watch
was
that.
my debut video as a singer, but I'm not a real singer. I just sing because I like it. So
Yes, we're gonna be seeing a lot more singing soon. But first, here's Wearing My Foxy Face by Robby O.
Dámelo, papi. Dámelo, papi. Dámelo, papi.
Hanging around with the VIPs in the city that never sleeps. The paparazzi want a piece of you because you're so unique. Not everybody can pull it off. To be yourself with no complex. Don't give a shit what people say. Just be original and don't apologize. I'm a fashion boy. A glamour boy. Everybody knows my name when I wear my foxy face. When I wear my foxy face, I feel sexy. I look sexy. We are everywhere. Sex appeal to share. Going to fashion shows, my best friends are models. When we walk in Fashion Week, we end up in the papers and in magazines. Fashion is a real art. You need a team to make it real. Hair and makeup are the key. We are fashion family. I'm a fashion boy, a glamour boy. Everybody knows my name when I wear my foxy face. When I wear my foxy face, I feel sexy. I look sexy. We are everywhere. Sex appeal to share. Here is the lesson I learned. You only live So what are you waiting for? Go for your dream. Everything is possible. Just be yourself. Fashionistas, we are everywhere.
Dámelo, papi.
Designer Gary Marcello changed my life. With his amazing style, he influenced the way I dress. And people look at me in a different way. I'm a fashion boy, a glamour boy. Everybody knows my name when I wear my foxy face. When I wear my foxy face, I feel sexy. I look sexy. We are everywhere. Sex appeal to share.
Wow, that was great. When you look at that video now, what do you think of? Like, has New York changed much? Obviously, aside from the lockdown.
Well, before I got married, I used to go out a lot with Gary, all these fashion shows and art shows. Since I got married, I rarely go out anymore. I became a homebody.
Oh, you've become a homebody?
I did.
Oh, whoa.
I rarely go out to any art shows or fashion shows. I totally changed my lifestyle. We're actually about to get a dog. We're gonna get a dog, so we'll be a family now. The three of us, my husband, I, and a doggy.
Oh, nice,
Yes.
nice. And I
But
recognize
that
that
one more
wallpaper
of
in
a
the video
homebody.
too. I recognize that wallpaper. I'm like, oh wow, I know that so well. Yeah.
I know.
Uh-huh. Now, when you first came to New York City, what made you fall in love with it? You know, what made you say, this is where I'm going to live from now on? This is my new home.
Well, since I was a kid, I always saw it in movies, and I said I always wanted. We visited New York when I was 15 with my grandma and my brother and sister, and the subway was all painted in graffiti. We visited, and I fell in love with it. And 10 years later, I was getting ready to move here. 10 years later. So yeah, because I always saw the movies, and as a gay photographer, I said that's the place I want to be. And as an actor now, so definitely New York. Definitely.
Right. I know that a lot of acting is not really, a lot of these calls, these casting calls, and a lot of actors in New York City and everywhere else, I'm sure, are going through this. It's a lot of the stuff that's being filmed now is kind of virtual, and it's kind of like done via Zoom, and they call it remote auditioning. So how do you how do you feel about that? You know, not being able to.
It's harder because it's definitely like more specific what they need. So it's very hard to get jobs right now, and unless it's extremely specific. I was close for a couple of castings that they wanted to see more, and they did a second, even a third interview via Zoom, and I was like, cool. I thought I was like really close, but I didn't get it yet. And it's okay. I always say things happen for a reason, and if it's meant to be, I'm gonna get that part. If not, it wasn't mine. You know. But it is interesting to be doing all this via Zoom. It has it advantages because when they ask you to send videos, you have all the time in the world, and you can do it over and over to send the perfect video. So it's a good thing about it when they ask you for tapes, because you can do it perfect. But when they do like Zoom videos, Zoom interviews, I mean, you have to find like the perfect room, the good lighting. It's still a little project, and you have to wear the right outfit. So yeah, you have to make sure you don't mess up and you don't say anything that you will regret.
Good point. Yeah,
It's interesting. It's weird.
it is weird, and yeah, it's definitely scary too because we're all kind of like new at this, like
Yes.
learning how to use Zoom, and in this case, like I would have really rather had you in bed with me right here, right now, in person. And yeah, that's what we designed. That's what we designed this whole studio for, you know. And then recent tragic events happened. So the one good thing though is it taught all of us that we can keep in touch, that we can find new ways to segue that creative energy. And as yeah, right.
I know. I think it brought you closer to family and friends that you were not so close before the quarantine. All this Zoom and WhatsApp and I do more video chats now with my mom. I do more video chats with a couple of my friends than before. So in a way, it brought us a little closer. In a way.
Yeah. Well, technology is a wonderful thing. It can drive us crazy sometimes, but overall, I feel it's a wonderful thing.
Oh yeah.
So now your video, Hey you show kind of like another side of life in New York. The theme is about the homeless population. And what made you choose that as a theme for this video? What made you want to?
You know, my best friend Erin Dinan, she has her One Sandwich at a Time organization helping feed the homeless.
Hey Erin.
She invited me to all these events through the years, and her passion is really contagious to help people, and it kind of opened my eyes about all the homeless in New York. Like there's one in every corner, and how much help they need. So the last 3 years, every year I've been doing a song about helping the homeless. I have during Christmas time, usually I've been doing them. But Hey You is the one that I found the best. And also it's one of my favorite videos because I really show lots of homeless people in that video. That, by the way, every single homeless person in that video, I gave them money. I didn't use them for my video. And I told them, I told a couple of them, I want to record you to promote for people to see the homeless people. And lots of them didn't want to do it, and I didn't record them. But I think it's important that people see it. Some people say, oh, when you do charity, you don't record it, you just do it. Why do you record it? And I think that when people see this, I call it the homeless challenge. It's contagious because they see that somebody's taking steps to help the homeless. And I want them to inspire them to say, look, this guy's doing all these videos helping the homeless. It's very cute. I want to do it too. And you feel so good afterwards when you have something to show that you care, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's hard. It's hard because we see homeless people in New York City. We see them everywhere. We see them sleeping in the alcoves of the ATM machines, you know, at the banks. And we don't. It's almost like we don't want to acknowledge that they exist. We want to ignore them because we kind of feel helpless, or we feel, what can we do about it? And so the fact that like you've made this the theme, you know, I think that's a wonderful thing. Or on the subway, when we see people sleeping on the subway, you know, it's kind of like the same thing. Yeah, well,
And I did a video, of course, with my doggies. You know, I walk dogs too. So I wanted to include the dogs in the video because I think that when you love the animals and love the people, it's just like a cheerful way. Like dogs they love you no matter what, even if you're poor, ugly, pretty, fat, skinny, dogs love you unconditionally. And this video shows it how my doggies will go say hi to the homeless person. And I definitely help more homeless people that have animals because I want to help the animal too. So it makes it sweeter when there's an animal involved.
Well, I always thought so. I always enjoyed watching the videos of you walking 3 or 4 dogs at a time, you know, in Manhattan and all that. I'm like, oh wow, you know, that's a workout in itself.
It is, and I've been walking dogs for 20 years now. Crazy.
Wow.
20 years walking dogs.
Right, right. Well, I'll keep that in mind in case we ever decide to get a dog there. The funny thing is, we didn't get one because we didn't feel we were home enough. And yeah, different.
Well, I met some of your cute creatures, and they're beautiful. Beautiful creatures you have.
Oh, yes, yes. I believe everybody should have pets.
But actually, my husband and I are ready to rescue. We're going to rescue a dog. We've been already approved, and we're ready to get our family complete. We just need a doggy now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm so happy. I haven't had a dog in 20 years of my own, and I'm so ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to rescue one.
Nice, nice. Well, to backtrack a little bit about that video, we're going to show your video, Hey You, and I think you're all going to really like this and will definitely make you think. So this is Robby O, Hey You.
Hey You.
We're living in very dark times. A kind heart can change this world. I was once cold, hungry and afraid, because I was a runaway myself. Life can be tricky sometimes. Oh, life can be tricky. Hey you, I'm talking to your heart. Hey you, come on, open your eyes. There are many people less fortunate than me. That's why I'm here. Anybody can be in their place. You're lucky or not. Anybody could be in their place. Who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? Hey you, come on, open your heart. Hey you, I'm talking to your heart. Come on, I'll help you, brother. We only have each other. Together there is so much we can do. As long as we're together in this. As long as we're together in this. Hey you, I'm talking to your heart. Hey you, come on, open your eyes. Promise me you'll try.
Wow. When I saw that for the first time, I was wondering if, you had actually, if those were real homeless people or they were actors. So I'm glad that you told me that you did reach out and that you found some participants who were willing to share their story in a way. So thank you so much for that. Again, it's an issue that, yeah, and not just New York City, every major city we go to, we see homeless people.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So now in lighter news, it's Pride Month. Woo! Yeah, it's June.
I know.
Yes, yes, and we did get some good news from the government. The
Yes.
Supreme Court, yeah, long overdue. I always say it's about 60 years too late, but I'm glad it came anyway.
Yes.
And
Yes.
who are some of your big unsung heroes in the LGBTQ community? Who are some people that really deserve like a lot of credit and they don't get as much credit as they deserve? Who do you think of? And it could be like in America or anywhere in the world. Who are some of your some people that you really think have done so much for our community and don't get the credit that they deserve?
Well, actually, during this quarantine, I got three new heroes that they're not necessarily in the LGBTQ community, but I really fell in love with Cuomo, and he's amazing, amazing. And I'm so sad that him and his brother don't want nothing to do with politics. They don't want to be president or anything like that. Because I think Cuomo is the best, and I also got a crush on him like everybody else during the quarantine. Both Cuomos are cute,
Agreed.
but they were like such an inspiration during this quarantine. Also, Sean Penn, he's been doing so much to help the homeless and people that are hungry, and I've been really admiring Sean Penn during the quarantine. And oh, actually, I know who Ellen DeGeneres. She's been amazing. Like, she's been giving so much money to healthcare workers, to people in need. Like Ellen DeGeneres, I'm obsessed with her. She's been doing so good during this quarantine. She's extremely generous, and she does get the credit that she deserves. But I think she's somebody that is somebody like an icon. I love her. She's so good. Yeah.
And she's been doing what she's been doing for a long time. And I know that like, sometimes, she's been in the news recently. People say that like, she's kind of like, can be difficult to work with, but listen, I think sometimes you have to be to have a talk show, a daily talk show. It certainly doesn't diminish all the hard work that she's done through the years and fighting, people said that her career was pretty much over after her talk show was over. And I'm like, if we had a crystal ball, if we only knew, it's like, wow, no, it really only just begun. So.
No, I love her because you know what? If somebody makes you laugh, laughter is the best medicine for anything. And she has a good heart and she always makes me laugh. So she's my hero. I love Ellen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, so do I. I would like to meet her one day, if that's possible.
Me too.
Yeah. So now, being an artist, and how have you managed to I know it's like rough, sometimes being again on lockdown. You've been making music videos and you've been experimenting with singing and all that for the first time. How has it been to kind of segue that creative energy and all that? Are you painting and doing that kind of stuff too, like visual arts?
I always draw. I draw a little bit, but actually I've been doing. I entered the Cuomo contest to wear a mask. I wasn't one of the finalists. Then I entered the Inwood Film Festival. It's called Quarantine Film Festival. And my little movie was one of the finalists. I've never been in a film festival, any of my stuff that I've done. So I was so excited. And I did a couple of movies inspired in quarantine or music videos. So I've been having way too much time to myself and too much time to do these videos that I play 2 or 3 characters in the same movie. And and it's fun. It's lots of fun. I've been getting ideas from like Saturday Night Live that they do stuff like do that when they do at home stuff, and the same guy plays 2 or 3 different characters, and I find that hilarious. And actually, recently I'm going to do an interview. I'm going to interview myself with 2 or 3 different looks, me asking the questions and me answering the question, all dressed up in a different look. So that's my new project right now.
Oh, wow.
Getting
Wow.
creative, getting creative. Oh, and I also print masks. I've been doing face masks with my photos. I print photos of the dogs that I have taken, or photos of landscapes, or photos of people, and I'm printing them on masks. So that's also another thing that I've been doing during the quarantine.
Oh, wow. Wow. Now, your relatives, like, do you have relatives are they all in America, or are some of them still in Mexico?
I have relatives everywhere. I have a brother in LA, and I have a brother in Fort Lauderdale with his wife and my 3 nieces and nephews that I love. And the rest of my brothers and sisters are in Mexico, and my dad and my mom and my stepmom. Everybody's in Mexico City, but they go to Texas all the time because my dad has business in Texas also.
Mm.
So yeah, we're everywhere.
Yeah. Now in Mexico, what is the situation like there with the coronavirus? Are they kind of like, I mean, in New York, we were in the epicenter, and unfortunately, the great news is that we've actually gone down ER admissions and the number of hospital patients that have it. In other parts of the country, unfortunately, the rates are going up in certain states.
Yeah.
But what is it like in Mexico? What have you
Right
learned?
now is in the scary part. Right now, everybody's terrified, and right now everybody's really quarantined, and they're wearing masks. Like all my family are in lockdown. Like everything is closed. They're going through what we went through right now. Like the really scary part of it, that you don't want to leave your house. Like they're right now very scared and wearing masks. I mean, locally, nobody close to us has gotten sick or died, but people that we know through Facebook have getting sick or died. But nobody close in the circle of friends or family. Thank God.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's rough. That's why I tell people the biggest victims of this, we have to remember, are people that got sick, or unfortunately people that lost their battle, and those who have lost relatives. And of course, then anybody that lost their job or was put on furlough, obviously that's a tragedy as well. But in light of that, the inconveniences that we have to go through, I miss the gym, I miss going out to bars, I miss going to the openings of art shows at museums with the free champagne and the free snacks. That's something I learned from you.
I miss so much going out for lunch with friends, going to movies, going for walks. I miss holding my friends. I miss Erin. I miss them so much. You know, and I hate wearing the mask. You know, I cannot breathe with the mask, especially if it's hot outside. And if you wear glasses, they get foggy. But you know what? Better to be safe than sorry. But the mask, wearing that mask is tough. Very tough to wear the mask.
It is tough, but I tell people, I'm like, just these problems we can deal with. These are like preventative, and they're more, we have to try and classify them as inconvenience rather than, a tragedy, because there really has been tragedy with this, as we've seen. So we have to kind of put it all into perspective in that aspect.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned one sandwich at a time, Erin Dinan. Hey, Erin, how you doing? Is that?
Erin.
I hope you're watching. If not, you should be. And so, is that you've done a lot of volunteer work? We both. I remember once when I saw you in action and all that. Is that your favorite charity, or the charity you call your own?
Well, I have 3 favorite charities that every year I do. I do the Red Nose, I do the AIDS Walk to help GMHC, and my number 1 charity is One Sandwich at a Time with Erin Dinan. Because I've been there, I know what I'm involved in it. For the other 2 charities, I really support too.
Yes, yes. And AIDS Walk this year, for those of you who don't know, obviously, the walk itself was postponed, or I guess, yeah, postponed. I don't like using the word canceled. Yeah,
Because of
but
the Black Lives Matters and everything that is going on, they postpone it.
yeah, but it is virtual. You can definitely still go to AIDS Walk and Walk in New York, and we'll have the link up for that. And you can go to Rob's page, Rob's personal page, if you want to
Yes.
donate. And as my good friend Candy Samples, who was on the first show, said, just
Yes.
because the walk, yes, just because the actual walk was canceled doesn't mean that you can't help out. GMHC, they've been around, wow, for a long, long, long time. And
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh
this is
yeah.
their thing.
They're
And I do,
amazing.
yeah, and
They're
I do
amazing.
encourage, yeah,
GMC, they're helping people, like right now they bring food to your house. GMAC, like they've been amazing during the quarantine, you know.
yes, yes. But of course, next year, next May, God willing, hopefully the walk will be back. And I encourage anybody who has not been to AIDS Walk New York or wherever it may be in your city to go, because it's just an amazing event. There's people of all
Oh yeah.
ages, all races, all ethnicities. People bring their pets, yes, and it's just a great chance to be like with so many people that are all there for the same cause. So definitely
Oh,
something.
definitely, definitely.
The Red Nose campaign or Red Nose project, for
Red
those who are
Nose
not
Day,
familiar, what is that?
it's the one that you wear your clown nose, and it's to help feed hungry children all over the world, especially in Africa. And I love it, and I love wearing the nose, and I even put the nose on my dogs, and it's a beautiful, they have like a TV special with lots of celebrities. Red Nose is big on feeding children in Africa and all over the world. It's very nice charity. Red
Wow.
Nose Day.
Yeah. Wow, that's great. Yeah, yeah. So now, fashion. Fashion is like, I know that's one of your passions and all that. Have you discovered any new designers, or have you anything that, like, what do you think about now? You mentioned you make your own masks. So have masks become like the new the new hot accessory?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I did like a few fashion shows with my pencil skirts. I used to print my photography in pencil skirts. So that's how I got the idea to print photos in face masks. And yeah, I mean, I've seen like face masks, like just Google face masks fashion or face mask new fashion or fashion trend, fashion week. People are going crazy. Like the main stores like Louis Vuitton and stuff, they're selling like $500 mask. It's crazy. There's a new trend like going up, the new trend. I think they call it, instead of selfie, they call it facey. You wear your face mask and you do a selfie, and there are thousands of millions of photos of different masks and designs. People are getting very creative. It's kind of fun to see. But wearing a mask is, to me, it's kind of like you have to communicate with your eyes everything now when you wear the mask, and I found that a little fascinating, you know. Because you have to really make eye contact with everybody, and with the eyes you have to tell them get away, or if you like somebody you can kind of like stare and don't look away. Like, it's going to be very interesting to communicate more intense with the eyes only because of the masks.
Yeah, yeah. I just have to backtrack a little bit. Are you telling me that Louis Vuitton makes their own masks and they're like
Oh yeah.
$300?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Whoa. Do I dare ask about Versace or
Oh, all of them, they're doing it. All of them, yeah.
Whoa. All right, Calvin Klein. I have to find out because I find that fascinating.
It's the new fashion trend, you know. It's a new fashion trend. Who knew, when we see like all these cute Asian girls wearing it years ago, that we were all going to end up wearing it? Who knew?
Yeah, exactly. Well, personally, I think that I would love to have a mask, like for my, depending on how I'm feeling. Like if you're feeling very extroverted and you're in a great mood, have a mask with a big smile on it. And then of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
like when you're when you just want to be like left alone, when you're feeling antisocial. I know I'm like this on the subway on the ride home from work. As social as I am with all of you out there, I'm just completely the opposite when I'm coming home after a 12-hour day. So then it would be like a don't leave me alone kind of face on
No,
the
I think
mask
that's a
and
great
everything.
idea to communicate through the mask.
Yes, yes.
Actually, I got a gay pride one. I have a gay pride one with a rainbow, and I have a very silly one that is a lollipop. It's a mouse and a lollipop, so that's kind of like funny one. Um, but no, I've seen some masks like stay away, wear a mask. Like people write their message on the mask, and it's a smart way to market yourself or communicate. Smart.
Yeah, yeah. Mine would be I really don't feel like talking to you right now, but come back again a little later, you know, but that would be kind of hard to read on a mask right away. Wow, wow.
Yeah,
So,
we're living in a very crazy world,
yeah.
craziest ever, aren't we?
It is crazy, and like the funny thing is, we thought it was crazy. Every year we think it's crazier. We think that this has been like a crazy year, but I think 2020 definitely tops it. You know, they definitely
Oh
top
my
the list
God.
of crazy years there. So
Oh
it's
my
just
God.
yeah, yeah, Wow.
Who knew we were going to be in quarantine in your house for over 100 days? Who knew we were going to have to wear a mask? Like, who knew the Black Lives Matter was going to happen like this because all the assassinations and I mean all this and the new presidency, like what's going on, like it's too much
Yeah,
to
yeah.
handle. People are going crazy.
Yes, yes.
Too much. Too
Well,
much.
I do think that if there's any silver lining to this cloud, that afterwards, when we can finally go back to some kind of normalcy or the new normal, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit later. When we go back to the new normal, that people will realize that yes, physical intimacy is important. Spending time with your friends and family is important, and
Yes.
don't ever take it for granted. I will even things like we talked about, like going to the gym and going to a bar or club or just going to any kind of public gathering. These are things that, and hopefully, I really believe it will come back with a vengeance. I don't know about you,
Yes.
but when this is over, I am going to be out every single night, you know, and I'm going to be that guy that's the last one, you know, and the bartenders are like, do you want anything else, sir? Is that it? Meaning code word, meaning we want to go home. And the coat check man or woman wants to go home too. So I'm going to be that guy. Yes. I'm going to be the last
Yes.
one to leave. So
I know.
yeah, yeah.
It's,
So
it's very
anything else you want to?
melancholic to think like, when are we going to go to a concert again? When are we going to be around all our friends? It's melancholic.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have confidence it'll be sooner rather than later. And I have confidence that we're going to look back and we're going to be laughing about this. And like we said before, people are finding new ways to channel that creative energy. And you're experimenting, you
Yeah.
know, wow. Yeah, like you with experimenting with art and music and videos. And I know that, come on now, we hang out with we have a lot of common people that we
Yes.
associate with. They're all doing the same thing. They're doing things they've never done before too. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anything else you want to tell the masses? Anything else you want to tell everybody that's watching here?
Just to tell the people that you love them now, because it's sad because quarantines like this is what makes you appreciate the people in your life. So love your family, love your friends, and appreciate them more than usual, because this was an eye opener.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you appreciate them and love them and make sure you tell them that too, even if it's just
Yes.
a phone call or FaceTime
Yes.
until you can meet them up in person again, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we're going to be closing with a few more of Rob's videos, and this is your series called The New Normal, right?
the new normal.
The new
And
normal.
this was actually the Quarantine Film Festival, this new normal video. It was the one that was nominated. It didn't win, but it was exciting that it was in the festival. And I have fun doing it because it showed my quarantine life. It showed me exercising with paint cans. It showed me like just doing FaceTime with people. It showed me doing the cheer at 7 o'clock for all the essential workers. It showed me cooking, that I'm better at cooking now since the quarantine. I learned how to cook dishes. Before I didn't know how to cook nothing. Now I can make like more stuff like eggs and tuna dishes and pasta. Like before quarantine, I didn't know how to do any of these. So at least I can cook now.
Well, congratulations. And I'm sure your husband's happy about that. You got married. It's been a little over a year now, right?
A year? No, it's going to be 4 years.
But 4 years. That's.
Yeah, I know time flies. Time flies.
I'm getting my weddings confused. I'm so sorry. Yes, 4 years. Oh, wow. Well, I'm sure, I'm sure he's grateful for that. I think we're all learning new things that we didn't think we would ever have to learn in 2020. And we're all kind of like breaking out of our comfort zone and everything. So, what I think it is? Yeah.
I'm so grateful for my husband and his family. Right now, actually, we're on Long Island at my sister-in-law's family house, and they have a pool, and they do barbecue. They treat us like king, and we get away from the city, from the craziness. So I'm grateful for his family and for my husband. Without them and without him, I'll be like going crazy in my tiny little apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I'm definitely grateful to have a husband and family.
Yes, yes. Wow. Wow, that's so great, and your husband's name is Robert also, right?
Yes, the Robert. And
hey, Robert.
And he's a silver fox. I love that because silver hair.
Oh, I always love foxes. This is my fox lamp right here. I prefer a real one as a pet, but I don't condone having large canids or dogs as pets. So yes, except for the fennec fox of North Africa. They make good pets if you can get one. But that's another subject entirely.
Yeah.
Well, Rob, I can't thank you enough for being here today. And again, wow, it's like we used to see each other on a regular basis. We used to see each other out and about. I have confidence that will happen again. So in the meantime, thank you for joining me on In Bed with Jed, the virtual edition for now. Hopefully not much longer in the future. What's that?
So thank you so much for having me, and I love you, and I love seeing you, and I can't wait to hold you when all this is over.
Yes, yes. Well, like I said, there's a lot of, I think that New York City is going to explode when we can, with just a new generation of art and culture and music and theater and fun stuff. So, wow, yes, it's overdue, and I think we both need haircuts too, but that's another, that's another subject. So, but I think you look great. I think
right now.
I think the scruffy look is great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, there's only so much a styling product will do, but that's another subject. So again, Robert Ordonez, thank you again. Thank you for joining us in Bed with Jed. And we're going to be posting we're going to be watching some of more Rob's videos and posting some links. So please stay tuned.
How to start to describe what the world is coming to. This epidemic is the toughest challenge we live through. doctors and nurses are struggling to save lives. Hundreds of souls are losing the fight every night. The essential workers are the heroes through and through, risking their lives until they find the cure. The new normal is wearing masks and gloves in isolation, away from the people that we love, the people that we love. Alone together is the best we can do. Staying home, waiting for the storm to go through. Quarantine life is making me a little insane. I miss my friends, my family, my whole life. It's time to reflect, to start a new life, helping each other with kindness in our hearts. The new normal is wearing masks and gloves in isolation, away from the people that we love. The people